Alright. What's up, everybody? Mr. 560 here, 560 Gaming. Got some things going on here. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I can shut that off. Mr. 560 here, 560 Gaming. We're live and direct. It's been a long time since I could do a live stream. I'm kind of glad I'm doing it. I'm really glad I'm doing it. So yeah, we're in Marvel Future Fight version 4.7.0. About a week into it. I'm hoping that this live stream doesn't glitch. I'm on 4G on my phone. I am not on Wi-Fi, so it is what it is. I hope I do not glitch. If I do, my apologies. Last time I was live streaming, it was on 3G, and the live streaming was like latent, like not latent, but latency it was like basically it was late. I don't know what you want to call latency. It's like when people were texting and talking, or people were like commenting, and I was getting comments late. They were commenting, I was getting the comments late, and I don't know. I'm hoping that this one is going to be a lot better. I don't know. If you're catching me, you catch me. I'm not going to be on for long, probably about 45 minutes to an hour maybe. It is now 1:41. So maybe about a half hour or so I'll be on. But yeah, so we're about a week into the new update. The new update brought along the Fantastic Four. Yeah. This is where I got my namesake from. This guy here, the big orange dude, Mr. Grimm, Ben Grimm, Grimm 560, the Grimm Factor, all of that good stuff. That's where I got my name from. So I've been playing this mission. As you can see, I'm about halfway through this quest. And I'm going to tell you right now that this has been about this is at least, let me see if my mic is on. My mic is on, right? Yeah, my mic is on. Just making sure. This is taking me longer than expected. Like, usually it takes me less than a week to go through an epic quest. And we're almost into a week into this update, and I'm still doing the quest. Mind you, I started the quest with nearly 6,000 energy. First of all, I didn't even know we were having an epic quest come up. I started with 6,000 energy. I am now down to 831 energy. That's how much this epic quest is draining my resources. I hoard energy because I only need to play certain game modes and missions to get the maximum benefits for my roster. Basically because a lot of my roster is already updated and uploaded, and then the rest of the roster are either exclusive characters or native tier 2 characters that I haven't been able to fully rank up, or they're paywall characters. I got everybody else. And it just kind of sucks. It really does. It really does suck that I'm still doing this epic quest, and I'm only 50% through. So where am I at right now is I got to search for fantastic car parts. Now, I don't know if people realize. That these missions where you got to search and they make you kind of like they call it. I don't understand what type of mission this is. I just know that they require a lot of energy, and basically what it does is, you randomly get these points from 22 to 40. They did this with the last epic quest, with Deadpool's epic quest. You randomly get these points that you need to build up to fill up this, this search bar or whatever this bar indicates. And you have to do them based off of certain quests, like maybe special missions, maybe regular missions, story missions, maybe daily missions, maybe any of the missions, and maybe dimension rips. And it gets very costly energy-wise, and it could take you a long time because you have to keep rebuilding your energy. I hoard energy anyway, so usually I was able to get through them pretty fast, but I found the trick to it. And I think they may have figured out that people have found out the trick to this as well. What is this? English channel 24. Let's get out of here and go to 560. No one's usually on there talking. I really don't want to see people talking too much. So anyway, I think they figured this out with the last update, and maybe they patched it on this one. But before, I realized that if you clear these missions, and you might think, okay, yeah, well, it's only 40 points, so if I clear these missions in tens, you know what I mean, in groups of tens, I'll be able to get the 20 points. Well, no, that's not what happens. What happens is, a lot of times, you'll clear the missions in groups of 10 and only get like 2 or 3 points. What I learned was, if you clear the missions manually, one by one, or if you run them on repeat, which is pretty much the same thing as clearing them one by one, you end up getting more points within the same amount of time. But they have so many of these missions going on, and then there's other things that you got to find too, like up here now in the upper right, you have these little labs or these little places now that they have these other like intermissions. They're like collection missions now, okay? That you can find these little pieces for this collection, and then when you get all three of these, or when you get all of these collections done to find these pieces for this collection, then you get the prize at the end, the completion prize. All right? So I saw somebody had on Facebook. This is why I don't go on Facebook on the Facebook post no more. I hate spoilers, so I don't go on the Facebook thing anymore because of the spoilers. But someone spoiled it that, you know, into the Epic Quest, you need to get Victorious, okay? And Victorious is one of the other. Her name, you see here down in the completion reward, it shows you get 25 Victorious bios. You have to unlock her and get her bios and things like that, and you have to rank her up. Now she's paywall, and the reason why she's paywall, she's more like an exclusive character. So an exclusive character, you can use paywall bios on exclusive characters. You just can't use regular bios on exclusive characters. You can still farm exclusive characters, but you have to do their missions, and they have to be dimension shifters, okay? And dimension shifting an exclusive character takes a long time if you don't have a lot of missions. And when it comes to Epic Quest, unless you're a free character like Johnny Storm or I don't know why he called him Blaze, but unless you're a free character like Johnny Storm or Ben Grimm, or you're already a paid-for character like the premium character, the deluxe character, Sue Storm, the bios that you get from these other characters, they're not a lot. Like, I'm still trying to rank up Colossus. I'm still farming Colossus. Okay? The free characters in the Epic Quest for Deadpool were Domino and Phantom X. Two great characters, mind you. I haven't finished farming them. They could have been tier 2 by now, but I just kind of like let them go. They're two great characters, but when you go into the stupid X-Men missions, as you can see, Colossus is a dimension shifter, but there's only 3 missions. That's what I hate about these Epic Quests. They do this to kind of make them stretch out the missions so that it takes you a long time, which is why they call them an Epic Quest. So, I know that you can get 25 of Victoria's bios from here, and she'll have her own little quest that probably only give you 3 bios a day. If there's anything I learned from Clea's missions and from is that 3 bios a day is horrible. By the time if Victorious is a powerful character because she's exclusive, by the time you get her, if you grind her out, by the time you get her to even being able to be 6-star mastery, or her gears all the way ranked up, she's going to be obsolete. Clea is pretty much obsolete. She's still a good character to use and fight with, but you know, she was never really that good for PvP, unless you count like conquest and stuff. she's really only good for like Shadowlands and like other missions if necessary. You know, maybe put her inside of some World Boss Invasion missions, throw her in co-op if you wanted to, but Clea's not that incredible of a character. So these exclusive characters become obsolete. They're almost worthless to even grind for. But one of the missions coming up is you need to get her to like 5 or 6 stars. And people are trying to figure this out. Like, you got to go through the motions and figure this out of how to get this girl to be 5 stars. The only way you're going to do it is if you have rank up tickets. If you have rank up tickets, you can get her to 5 stars. Because you can unlock her. If you can clear this, you can get 25 of her points. Right? Which I'm hoping I can do this before I get to her mission. But I doubt it because it looks like her mission comes up very soon. It's right there. They won't let me see the thing from the missions, but I'm going to say that overall, I'm enjoying the update, especially Crystal's Uni. Johnny Blaze, I'm sorry, not Johnny Blaze, Johnny Storm is a pretty dope character. Ben Grimm is like a good support character, plus he's a defensive character. I don't have the Sue Storm thing unlocked, just like I don't have Psylocke unlocked in the other from the other mission. I do know that Strife and Psylocke are very powerful characters. They've been very hard to deal with in timeline battle. And I do know that so I'm figuring Dr. Doom would be the same way. And I'm hoping that as a combat character, Reed Richards is actually a pretty good character himself as well. I'm still building him up. That's another thing. I'll probably discuss that in a little bit, but so yeah. In order to get Dr. Doom, you gotta have all these characters ranked up, more so than any of the other ones. Crystal's the only one to have complete because Crystal, she's already been in the game. She's been in the game for like a few years right now. So, you know, it's kind of like that's the easy part. Human Torch and the Thing, they'll be able to get Johnny Storm and Ben Grimm will be able to get tier 2 easily through bioselectors. You can use Shadowland for that. She-Hulk, they gave her a few missions in this, and she already has she doesn't have any of her own missions, but you can buy her bios from out of the shops, out of the Token shop. Most of you guys know this stuff, but you know what's crazy? A few days before I started the Epic Quest, before the update, I didn't know we were getting the Epic Quest. I started the Heroic Quest. I started Heroic Quest because I wanted to finish leveling up ArachKnight and getting him to all max gear so I can tier 2 it. I just recently tier 2 him and I still have a few more weeks left. As you can see, I tier 2'd him. This was last night or earlier this morning. And I still have more missions to complete. And I'm going to take him. You know why? Because he can be leveled up to level 70. So the extra bios I could use. And I could use the extra resources. And pretty soon, probably not today, but tomorrow, I'm going to buy this and get those 600 crystals back. So that I can, for the ones that I've already purchased. Let me see. Can I move this? I can't. All right. The reason why I want those 600 crystals back is because there is still. Oh no! I can't even get that back. Can't even get that back. Ain't that something? So I'm gonna try to get the She-Hulk uniform. Because the She-Hulk uniform is 750 gold. Crystals, which is really pretty dope. When I think about it. I'm not really worried about Moon Girls. I'm not saying I wouldn't get it. It'll definitely make her better, but I'm not really worried about it. I think it's cool. She's got a freaking jetpack. Like, that's pretty awesome. It looks like some Stark Industries tech. Okay. So what have I been doing? Well, right now, I know from experience that I do not do my content board when I have a special request. I'm sorry, a special quest or a heroic quest or an epic quest. I'm just wondering why they didn't give us they could have gave us a special mission. The last time we had a special mission was 2 years ago, when almost 2 years ago when Spider-Man Homecoming was released. What was that? Early early 2017, something like that. No, that was mid 2017 in like the summer, because it came out after Civil War. So that was the last time we got a special. Special mission section. I'm surprised they didn't give us one of those for her. But then again, I guess they're thinking that, well, with Crystal, no, they wouldn't have to worry about that. They could have still gave Crystal her uniform, and people could have just continued to grind out Crystal's bios through the special missions. Like, it just didn't make any sense that they brought in another epic quest, not even 6 months after delivering us the last epic quest, which was the one with Deadpool and stuff. So I don't know. I'm glad it didn't make them into what do you call those world bosses. I think that would have been so lame. Maybe not Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom would have probably been a dope world boss to fight. But I'm guessing because they don't have, in the world boss area, they don't have, I'm guessing because they still don't have a lot of these other world bosses at Ultimate, that they're probably not going to do any more world bosses until they can get some of these, until they can get Super Giant to Ultimate, to an Ultimate version, and they can get the X-Men, the mutants. But honestly, they could do Ultimate versions of the mutants. They all have uniforms except for Apocalypse. You know what I mean? Apocalypse, they could give him the uniform from like the Fox movies. But you know what? They're going to do that pretty soon, because with this whole Fox and Disney merger, I think we're going to start seeing a whole lot more content come through. So what I want to do is finish this heroic quest. Like, I'm actually going to give the epic quest a break. I'm not really going to go, because this is going to cost me, I went through halfway through this, and this has cost me a lot of energy, more than I've been wanting to spend on this. So I need to just leave that alone, finish my heroic quest. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love epic quests, because they give you something to actually work for. It feels like you're actually playing the game to work towards something. Whereas just once you get through your missions, it's like everything else is just like, oh, this is just routine. Well, epic quests kind of break that routine up. And they tell you, well, you have a routine, but we're going to break it up and change it up for you. Now we're going to make you work. Then the difference between the epic quest and heroic quests are, the epic quests are they're secretive. You don't know what the next mission is going to be until you get to it. You get powerful characters out of them, very powerful characters out of them, as well as a few other really good characters that support that powerful character. You have more benefits and resources that you can get out of it, but you also use a ton of resources to get through these missions. The heroic quest is not so much. It's a little bit more open. It's a little bit more easier to run through. You do hit progress walls like you do in epic quests, but they're far and few in between. You can see all the missions you have coming up. You can actually plan and plot how you're going to make it through your heroic quest based off of your content board and what's available to you, things of that nature. So the next one is we're going to clear 15 times for special missions. Now, I've been doing these special missions. I do them all the time, every day. Usually what I do with the special missions is I'll go into special missions and I'll do I'll autoplay them. And I'll autoplay them for the simple fact is repeat because of uniforms. Like right now, I'm trying to rank up Quicksilver's uniform to legendary. Hey, you know what's crazy is I just found out that, let me go into the options. I just realized that, I mean, I can get this easily, Spider-Gwen's uniform, but like he's the only person with a uniform I'm gonna have all options unlocked, like right away. Like I don't even have Sherrod's uniform unlocked like that. But anyway, so yeah, I'm trying to get Quicksilver's uniform up to Mythic. He's ready to go from Heroic to Legendary. I just need to get him some more bios, and I need to get him some more Norn Stones. I'll get those. I'll get those pretty soon. What time is it? 2:01. I gotta be to work soon, so. And Daisy Johnson, I left her uniform alone, didn't mess with hers, but she's always got bios. I'm always getting her bios. It's not hard to get her bios, but it's about time I got her up to Mythic. I don't think she's got any uniforms. She's got a couple of uniform options that I could give her. But you know, it's just something for me to do to get my uniforms up to Mythic rank. And this is how I've gotten. If I go to my uniforms, I have this set on all the uniforms that I've owned. You can see all the uniforms I've gotten to Mythic. And most of these I've got to Mythic because I run with them through special missions. And it's not that special missions gives you more EXP for the uniforms. It's that special missions give you the same amount of EXP for less boost points. Okay? And you get a crazy amount of bios for them from not just the shifter. I mean, not just the person who you're getting the bios for, who the mission's for, but also the shifter. Okay? Like, I don't mind doing these missions over and over and over again because Inferno has a uniform. And when it comes time, I would like to be able to get his uniform. I should have gotten it a long time ago, but I'm going to get his uniform. So, you know, I already got Crystal's uniform is ready to be ranked up to Mythic. She's like right there. Let me go back inside here. She's right there. Let me show you Crystal's uniform. Where's she at? And you can get her up to level 70, which is dope. All they need to do is they got Medusa up there now with her uniform and up to level 70. Crystal with her uniform and level 70. Now they just need to hook up Black Bolt, and I got myself I can bring my Inhumans. Probably bring my Inhumans into the into PvP matches. Like, they need to be in there. I don't know why they don't have them in there like that. All right, so Crystal's uniform is ready to go from Heroic to Legendary. I had 200 of her bios, but when when I finally got her potential realized, and I started to level her up, I used those 200 bios, forgetting that I was actually saving those 200 bios for a uniform. So now I'm like, I can't even level up her uniform until I grind out more bios, which I don't have a problem with, because grinding out her missions is helping these guys with their uniforms. Okay? Like, I'm ready to go with him. I think I need to take him out. Yeah. That's what happens when they're ready to go and they have an upgrade available. I take them out of the team because there's no reason to have them in there. Let's see. I can't do. She's ready to be upgraded. What about Strange? Yeah, I guess I could put Strange in there. Do I have tickets? See what happens if I do that. Nah, I'm not going to give him those tickets. I could put him in there, let him grind it out a little bit. I don't think I would run him in the missions. I think I would run, in these missions, I would run Quicksilver. I think I could put him in there. I think, let me see what Starks. Starks is ready to be upgraded to Mythic. I just need to grind out his bios. Which shouldn't be hard, because if you look, he's got 4 missions. That's 10 bios a day. I could get his bios 10 bios a day for the next few days. And you know, for the next week or so, grind out his bios, and then there you go. You know what I mean? Then there you go. He's up to Mythic. His other uniforms that I don't have them anywhere near. I don't even have that uniform. I have this uniform. I have this uniform. Well, that's his regular uniform. I have the Age of Ultron. That's on Heroic. I haven't even done anything with this. Anyway, let's continue on with this quest. My phone is a little bit sensitive with these corners and the top of the screen touching. So I'm going to move Quicks over here. We're going to run through these missions fairly quickly. I don't mind spending 50 energy for these missions when I have like 800 energy. But I seriously need to get my energy back up. It didn't take long for me to get 6,000 energy. I mean, I only needed to do a few things. Co-op missions every day. Special missions, they don't take much off of me. Really, that's it. What I like about this is, when I'm playing special missions, I usually put these on when I'm doing something. Put it on autoplay when I'm doing something, when I'm moving forward. I mean, I'm not moving ahead. When I'm doing something, when I'm busy doing something else, I can just set it and forget it. That's what's great about the special missions. Oh my gosh, what is this? That's my boss from work. Hi, boss. You got into my live stream. I could have sworn that I turned my notifications off from my phone, but I guess I didn't. This is why I don't like the live stream from my phone. Stop that real quick. See if I can get myself, get this Do Not Disturb on. Look at this. You guys are seeing stuff that you don't need to be seeing. This is not what I wanted to do. This is what I wanted to do. There we go. Do Not Disturb. Look at that. Ain't that something? It's all good though. I mean, you know, I'm just gonna start this up again. I got about. I'm pretty sure my job was calling me to come in early. That's not going to happen. Sorry, guys. 3 o'clock. I'll be there. Or they're probably gonna ask me to stay later. Sorry, guys. I got things I gotta do after work. I'll be there late. I'll see you later. But anyway, I'm gonna let this run for a moment. I still haven't gotten all of these uniforms for the Black Panther. I got Killmonger's uniform, and I have Killmonger unlocked. He's at like 5 stars. I basically ranked him up with tickets. You know, I didn't use the BIOS pack. I used the BIOS package to unlock him, but I didn't use him to actually rank him up to. I didn't actually use it to rank him up to 5 stars. I used tickets. So you know, when you're playing with Quicksilver and PvP modes, I would have to say Quicksilver is probably one of the, if not the best overall character in the game. He may not be the most powerful character, because there's other characters that emit a lot of powerful moves. They do a lot more damage than he does. but he's the one person who can consistently beat just about anybody in the game regularly, on a regular basis. Not only that, he has enough iframes and cancellation skills that, you know, all he needs is that quick first step, and that's it. It's over with. I've noticed that skill 3, skill 4, skill 5 are the best skills. And then skill 2 is like a good one to throw in there every so often, because without his uni, skill 2, 4, and 5 are the best skills to use when you're playing, right? When you're in PvP modes. And skill 3 was the skill that got him, like, you know, he'd run off and grab a hot dog and he'd eat it in the middle of beating you up, which is clearly just disrespectful. It's like, dude, you're gonna eat a hot dog and we're fighting? Fuck out of here. But when they gave him this uniform, skill 3 actually does a whole lot of damage. Actually, it does a lot more damage than skill 4 does. And skill 4 used to be the skill you go to get all that damage together. Once again, I realized and learned that skill 3 is doing more damage than skill 4 does. It's kind of weird, but it's true. I still do use my old rotation of it's usually 5, 2, and then 4. But now I've learned to just, what I'll do is I'll do 5, 2, 3, and then 4. Skill 1 is really useless. I don't really use it at all. If you need a skill to use because you're waiting for other skills to cool down, then you can use 1. But really, it's a waste of a button press, a waste of time, a waste of animation to use that in PvP modes. I'm so glad they hooked up Crystal with this new uniform. Like, her other uniform was really good, but it did nothing for her overall speed. Her attack speeds were she's a very slow character. For her to be small and nimble like she is, she's very slow. And what I mean by slow, I mean like movement slow, attack speed slow. Alright, and then you gotta worry about that slow cooldown if you don't have her cooldown, like, you know, beefed up. But she's very powerful. Crystal is a very powerful meta in the game. She's not that powerful that she's been able to go into PvP modes and like timeline battle and really do some destruction. Battle world is one thing, but in timeline battle she was just pretty much rendered obsolete early on, even with her uniform. But she's still a very powerful character. Like, I could take her other uniform, even before she had the uniform. I could take her into like really high floors in Shadowland and clear them with relative ease. Like, I'm talking about floors in like beginning to mid 20s. She had no problem clearing them. And now, let's see. And now, she's a whole lot better. I've actually taken her through PvP, through timeline battle several times, and she's beat some very big, powerful characters. I'm talking like, she's beat some tier 3 Thanoses, combat characters she just completely run through. Which is, okay, this is what I want to talk about when it comes to combat characters. Because I know I mentioned it before. I'm going to mention this again. Well, no, I mentioned it before. I was going to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about this now. In my opinion, just my opinion alone, no one else shares this opinion, I believe that combat characters are the weakest of the characters in the game. There are only a few combat characters that can even withstand being in PvP modes. Now, at one point, before we had a whole bunch of these super metas running around, at one point, combat characters were actually pretty good. At one point, combat characters were dope. Like, you had characters like Quicksilver could come in there and do his thing. No one really used Captain America that much until he had like his Civil War uniform and things like that. And even then, they didn't really use him that much. But not Quicksilver. Luke Cage was one of the best combat characters because he had the physical reflect. He was used a lot, especially when Quicksilver came out. People realized that Luke Cage's physical reflect was like the kryptonite for Quicksilver until they buffed Quicksilver really with this uniform. And people just stopped working on Luke Cage. Who else did they have that was going in there? APOC is one of the better combat characters that can be put through timeline battle. Who else? Colossus was in there for a while, but you don't see people putting him in there too much anymore. The problem is there are too many speed characters that can take out combat characters. Quicksilver being one of them. The reason being is, even though speed characters have a disadvantage against combat characters, a lot of these speed characters are energy characters. They're not physical characters. Speed characters can be both energy and physical characters. Okay? And that's a commonality with speed characters. It's very common to see like speed characters with energy abilities and physical abilities. Whereas, for the most part, combat characters are normally physical characters. There's not that many of them that have, like, energy skills. Like, not a lot of them do energy damage. APOC is pretty much the only one that I know of that's a combat character that does energy damage, you know? I think, let me see, I'm trying to think of anybody else that might be able to do that. I think APOC is really the only combat character that does energy damage. I'm really thinking hard about that. Also, combat characters fall prey to universal characters and blast characters. There's very few blast characters that are physical characters. I think that, let me see, who's a blast character that's a purely physical character. I'm talking physical damage and physical attacks. War Machine is one of them. Who else? Kingpin, but that's with his uni. But no one uses Kingpin in timeline battles. Like, come on. That's laughable. Like, are you serious? You're going to put Kingpin in there against a Quicksilver? You're going to put Kingpin in there against Scarlet Witch? Like, come on. Think about this now. But get your mind wrapped around your head. Come on. What's crazy is Cable he has physical type attacks because he has these missiles that come out, but he's energy damage. All his damage is energy damage. So I think that combat characters have really been dealt a severe blow. Now, people used Captain America a lot with his Infinity War uni in timeline battle. So this is why I think people who hear me say this about combat characters are probably going to be like, no, that's not true. My T3 Cap can lay waste to just about anybody. Yeah. When the computer's controlling the other character, yeah, you can do that. You know what I'm saying? But I can do the same thing. Like, I've wasted how many... When I see a T3 Cap, I don't get scared. When I see a T3 Cap in timeline battle, I don't hesitate to sit back and say, oh yeah, I'll take him on. You know what I mean? Because I've taken him out with so many characters. I've taken him out... Jean Grey can wipe the floor with him easily. Quicksilver with a little effort, especially if that Captain America has been, buffed with those new enhance your destruction against the other characters of other affinity type boxes that they have out now. So, you know what I mean? Like, Captain America at a T3 can be easily wiped up. I don't know I think Black Panther can be T3, but even if Black Panther can't be T3, the point is he's got that Black Panther uni. He's very destructible with that uni. He's still not a threat. He's not a threat anymore. He was a threat when he first came out. He's not a threat anymore. You know what I mean? Because when the Infinity War unis came out, like everybody got up. Everybody who was in that wasn't like they didn't have a uni before, they got buffed. Like, it's ridiculous. Even Doctor Strange, his uniform was essentially the same uniform. If you look at both of them, they're basically the same uniform. From his Infinity War uniform and his Doctor Strange movie uniform are exactly the same except for the colors. But he's got a better skill output with the Infinity War uni, to the point where, you know what I mean, people like Wolverine aren't even a threat anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah, he can do... I'm not saying Wolverine can't do damage. I'm not saying Captain America can't do damage, because obviously if those characters were not useful at all as combat characters in timeline battle, people would not choose them time and time again. They do. Ban or not, whether it is a weekly ban or not on certain characters in the game, people choose these mainstay combat characters all the time, and that's because, you know, when you could manual or autoplay, and you're on your side, your computer character, your combat may get that off, but you know, look, I don't autoplay. Why autoplay timeline? The object is to get into timeline and get your hands dirty. I don't autoplay timelines. It's not my thing to do that. I won't autoplay timeline. You know what I mean? Like, if I do, I'm going to make sure I got a team together that's going to have maximum wins and minimum losses. Okay? My timeline team right now, because there's no ban this week. None. In Vibranium League. My team right now is Quicksilver. I think it's Quicksilver, Cable, and Jean Grey. And Jean's leading. Usually, I would have Angel in there, because he boosts recovery rate and stuff like that. So, Angel, Quicksilver, and Jean is a very awesome team as well to have. But I took Angel out because I wanted to throw another Blast character in there. And, you know, one of the best Blast characters I have besides like Doctor Strange and what's her name? Sherrog is Cable. I could put Sherrog in there. Sherrog, she could be ranked up to level 70 now, has a new uniform and everything. A lot of people use her. I don't see a lot of people using her with her uniform in timeline battle now. There's no ban on Vibranium League, and I have yet to see people using Sherrog, but they used her a lot before the ban. I still use her in her Starlight uniform. That Starlight uniform is still highly destructive, even more so now that she can be leveled up to 70. What? How many of these I got left? Let me sit here, get out of my mouth and shit. I got 3. The next 3 I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use Strange for like 2 of them, and then use Daisy for 1 of them. Man, I remember when Sherrog first came in, oh my god. She changed up the way the whole game, like, people realized that characters like Sherrog, even though they had the Black Order in there and stuff, a character like Sherrog, she had no problem taking all of these people out. She was like the biggest problem. Iframes, cooldown, skill cancellations. She just was a monster. She still is. But now she's more like, people have been giving her the back seat. They've been giving her the boot. Not the boot, but she's like the 6th man now. But I guess if you think about time-wise and things like that, even with a new uniform, you know, people are like, well, you know, it's Sherrog. You know, they could have gave her a new uniform a long time ago, but they didn't. So it doesn't matter. People don't even use Luna Snow like that. And they don't use Luna Snow like that in Timeline Battle. But I've seen her a lot more than I've seen other people. I'd use her. I'd use Luna Snow with Angel, and with Angel as the boost. Or I hope that they come out with a character that's not a native tier 2 that has a dual leadership skill, to where that they have, like, you know, removes debuffs and increases energy damage. They may do that one day. I can't wait till they bring out Iceman. They're waiting. They've been taking too long to bring him out. If they make him combat, I would love that. Although, like I said, combat characters, they get the short end of the stick because of the fact is they're weak against. They're able to be destroyed by so many all the other affinities fairly easy. But Iceman would definitely be a blast character at bare minimum of speed, or I don't know why they would make him a universal, but you know, there's no. I don't think there's anybody in Universal that's like an ice person besides Loki. Hit him strange. When I first started playing this game, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was in like season 2 or 3. Season 2, I believe. So when I saw that they had put the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in the game, and they brought in that those two new chapters in the story mode, in the story missions, I was on it. Love me some Chloe Bennett. Especially as Daisy. Show is bittersweet, man. ABC, Josh Whedon and all them did a great job with the show. I think there's not much longer left in its run. It sucks because they could have done so much with that, but you know, it's cost a big business. You know, shit on the fans. So that because you're thinking about your bottom line. Come on. Put her in there. Go in there and get your chops up, sweetheart. Yeah. And you know what's crazy is, if she had a better damage output and some better if she had a better damage output, or at least with her you know, her iframes and stuff like, you know, or she had better defensive stuff on there, like invincibility, things of that nature. She could be a threat. She could be. You could use her in Timeline Battle. Her movement speed was better. If her if she had something like where she could penetrate, you know, or pierce, you know, like armor or something like that, she'd be better because she's a very powerful character in the Marvel Universe. Not powerful enough, but she's not known enough for them to put her in a movie like Infinity War, right? But she's very powerful individual. She's actually has this thing where she's not immune to stun, but when she's stunned and someone hits her, she gets more powerful. You can stack her her buff, which is the more bang for your buck, and makes her more powerful. You can stack it, and not only that, it not only does it stack on her, it transfers to other characters that tag in. You know what I mean? It transfers to other characters that tag in. So, you know, she's a good supporting character. If you feel like going to somebody and letting her do her buff and then tagging in, she's a great supporting character for that purpose. But other than that, she doesn't really. she's not. They haven't made her better. They could have given her. They could have gave her some better skill sets for this uniform. She's got like 2 of them. Quest Lovin. 2:30. I'm getting ready to leave to go to work. Dimension Rift clear 10 stages. Is anybody opening it up? Yep. See, I have this sitting here ready. Okay. I'm working on his uniform. I need his BIOS, which is why I'm doing this. Can I make 90 out of this? I can, which is good. Yeah, so Giant Man, I don't even have a tier 2. I don't even have him at tier 2. He's not going to be tier 2'd. I'm not going to give him a tier 2 ticket. He's going to be one of the dead last people that get one. But I will rank up his uniform because he's a whole lot better with his Ultron uniform. Like, he's 10 times better. He's 10 times better with his Ultron uniform. Like, I can't even stress that enough. How much better he is. How much of a blessing it was for them to bring out that uniform for Giant Man, because he's just one of those guys that was sitting in my roster not doing anything. And that really irks me as a person who likes to play these games and stuff, that you have characters that are just sitting around, have no use beyond Shadowland and stuff. And some of those characters don't even have the use for that, you know? Enhanced ISO weight. Always do this. What I got here? All right, this is gonna be like my last hurrah. Okay. And clear world boss one time. Who's the world boss today? Oh, I saw her earlier. If I didn't need these Phoenix feathers and shards, I wouldn't do this. I actually don't need them right now. How many do I have? I really don't think I need them. If that's the case, I'm probably going to overlook this. Let's get all these. Just take all of that. Get rid of these notifications here. Let's see. What was I about to do? Oh yeah, look at my inventory and see what do I have for material. Do I need those? Let's see. Phoenix feathers. No, honestly, I don't need them. And they don't give out anything for tier 3 stuff. And I'm trying to grind BAM. I need BAM right now. I don't need that. So I'm not gonna do those. I'm not gonna do anything on this side. I just was finished ripping him apart. Let's see what his missions are. Can I get the chapter 10 yet? No. What's this? Hyperion. That's right. I keep forgetting. Can't wait till Hyperion. I can get him to chapter 6. Yo, I'm not sure if it's just me, but I've noticed that Black Dwarf is so very hard to defeat on this. He's like extremely hard. Let's see. Do ArachKnight. Let me see. I'm gonna try something. Oh, Miles is at 60.7%. I'm gonna take ArachKnight in here, right? And I'm gonna put. Who else can I put in here? I'm gonna put that in here. Put them in there. Put her in there. No, you know what? I'm gonna take her out, and I'm gonna put in. Let's put in Morgan. Let's put in Morgan Le Fay. And who else? Let's try Crystal. Crystal's always good with him. Using a situation like this, I would use Crystal as lead. But quite honestly, it says recommended attack 26. Oh, maybe I can't do all that. Maybe that's not something good I should be doing. Let's see. Let's see what their recommended. 27. What the fuck? Oh my god. I'm not sure if that's gonna work, but you know what? Fuck it. Let's give it a whirl. I just want to beat his ass. That's all. Let's see. We're gonna bring in Hulk. Yo, I don't even have Shuri's uniform, but she is badass without it. Shuri does so much damage. It is virtually insane to think about that she does so much damage. It's really, really incredible to like see the type of damage that she does without a uniform. Let's see. Let's get some super metas in here. Some energy ones. Let's see what we got. Let's bring in Thor. Excuse my coughing there. Let's bring in Strange. No, that's who else. Okay, I got Cable. I could bring him in. I could bring in Jean Grey. She's always fun to play with. I think I might do Cable, though. You know what? Could bring in the Witch. Yeah, we're going to go straight energy on this fool. Where's Cable? There he is. There he is. See what we can do with that. My Thor is getting stronger. I'm very, very impressed with Thor in his Infinity War uniform. Very impressed. We just need to get him stronger. You know what's crazy? Crystal took out a T3 Thor like 3 times. Quicksilver will smash a T3 Thor. But the thing with that is you got to make sure that you get them on the right step. Let's get out the corner. Come over here. Can't see shit over there. Right, we're going to switch up to Sherrod. She is not putting anything out on this one. I got her on level 66 too now. Come on, man. Get out of that snare. There we go. Switch up. Yeah, look how long it's taking them to get from 15 to 13 down to 12. Let's go. Come on, bitch. Move. Move it. Move it or lose it. There you go. There you go. You're going to save this. I'm going to save this team up for when he goes in the middle of the screen and decides he wants to hunker down. You know, I love Luna's her charm skill. I think it's charm. All I know is that with this skill that she uses, doesn't matter the enemy. They all do. She uses on them, and they all go through this. They run away, like they move like mindlessly. You know what I mean? And she's just really good for this skill. This freaking snare, though, man. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hunker down, dude. Let him have it. Oh. You know, I need to work on her recovery rate. I need to boost that up. And maybe her attack speed, and maybe get some ignore defense going on her. On Luna. But she seems to be putting up the most. She seems to be doing the most damage. She's like really putting it out there. Give it to him. Because it wasn't until I put her in that his energy started going down a whole lot faster. This is going to be probably the last thing I do before I come off of this. Yeah. 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 Down to 5. 1 minute and 16 seconds left. Think we can do it? Come on, come on, come on. Everybody get out of here so I can call you back in. Come on. There we go. That's how you do it. Y'all on the way, jumping in and out when y'all want to. Come on, girl. Come on. Show him what's what. See, he's so hard to beat. And between him and Thanos, I have the hardest time ever defeating him. Now, I should have came in and buffed her with somebody who would give her either with Misty Knight, or I should have buffed her with someone like someone that could give her more energy damage. You know what I mean? More boost her energy attack. Because, you know, or I should have just started fighting with her first. You know. This guy's. I'm not even gonna do it. But I'm so close. I'm just not gonna be able to do it. I know I'm not. Come on. Come on. Wow. He's doing that bitch shit. He's doing that bitch shit. He killed everybody. He ended up killing everybody within the van. Oh no, the time went down. Crazy, yo. I don't know. I'll probably take a good whirl at this a little bit later on, but it's time for me to get out of here. Head on out to work. Hope you guys enjoyed watching me play around on this during this epic quest moment. Let's see what we got here. Acquired. Wow. Yeah, I guess that just solves everything right there, doesn't it? Well, this is your boy, Mr. 560, Grim 560. Y'all take it easy, man. Peace.